Here at the Men's Mission, we're providing emergency shelter and supports for those individuals and helping them to move towards permanent housing.
On an average day, we serve about anywhere from 100 to 150 men. That is 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Make sure we have healthy options. We have, a full salad bar, desserts, and our hot meal is generally very fresh that day.
People arrive very compromised, and we only have a short period of time, sometimes as short as 30 days with a client, to help them get better.
Probably the most common thread between the guys who end up here is the lack of relationship. Food and nourishment are both incredibly important to the guys moving on. Number one, for health, for physical health. But food is also excellent for relationship as well.
What brought me here as a client was in 2002, 2003, and I'm a recovering addict. Then I was an addict in active addiction. I had a retail management position. I was a member at a West End golf course. I had a home up in the west end of the city. And over the period of a year and a half, I lost everything.
When someone loses all contact with their family, with their friends, it's utterly devastating. So that's why we've identified the need for relationship and really honed in on that here.
My main conversations with staff would take place at the window to the intake office or downstairs in the lunchroom. It was more, on a lot of occasions, just two guys shooting the breeze, talking about sports and life and politics, and as two men would chat if they weren't necessarily sitting in the basement of a men's mission.
It's an opportunity for us again to gain relationship while everybody's in the food line, and you get to talk to people. But also the intake department sits out with the clients in the cafeteria as well.
The people that actually come in here have enormous value in who they are. What they should get from us being the ones who are providing service to them, should be the very best that we have.
Our men are husbands, they're brothers, their sons. These are people that went to school side by side with us. These guys are worth the effort, and they're worth the effort over and over and over again.
Mission services kept me alive, and they kept me alive long enough that I finally found a better way. You know, all the friends that I knew from public school and high school who, pushed me away, or I pushed them away, they're all back in my life. I'm an employee for about 2.5 years. For about the last year and a half, I've been full-time, and I drive a large refrigerated van around town and pick up food donations. I'm contributing to the community. It's fun, it's hard work. I laugh like crazy around here sometimes.
The best thing that I've heard while working here was, this reminds me of my mother, or it reminds me of my grandmother. And I've had compliments in the past cooking, but that by far takes over anything that anyone's ever said to me.
When someone looks you in the eye and says hello for the first time and they haven't spoken a word to you in weeks, that's a special moment.
You don't know which encounter is going to be the one that's going to make a change in someone's life.
We're all engaged in this process of supporting the people who are struggling with poverty and homelessness in their community, because we're neighbors. We should be giving our very, very best to these folks because they have ultimate worth in who they are.